Today we are looking at the top 10 film photographer prefers. Hi guys, and welcome in this new episode of 1 Year with Film Only. First of all, I want to apologize if I've been away from the blog and the channel, but lately I've been so busy. There is a big change in my life. I'm leaving Ireland and gonna be traveling around, so I'll tell you more in another episode where I conclude the year, because yeah, the 1 Year with Film Only is over, but that doesn't mean it stops here. But it's gonna things are gonna change, but I'll keep that for later. Today we want to know what are the top 10 films that photographer prefers. And I was able, with a tool that I developed some time ago that I called the film dating. For those of you who follow me only on the YouTube channel, you probably don't know about it, but those who come from the blog, I'm sure you've already tried it. For those of you who don't know, let me show you how it works quickly. It's basically a tool that allows you to choose a film based on the look of images. So it's a quick survey where you click on images that you like, and in the end it brings you to the film that you should shoot with. It's very easy and there is no rocket science behind, but I decided to create it because when I started to shoot film, even if the choice is a bit limited now, we have to admit it, it can be overwhelming to choose film because there are still many options and you don't know what to choose from and what are the best and the pros and cons of every film. So it can be a bit complicated to pick one at the beginning. So I decided to help people like me who are new to film, and you can also help people that have more experience and want to try new films. But mostly it's for newcomers like me. And it helps you to choose and find the right film based on your taste. To make this tool work, if you want to give it a try, anyway, I'll put the link in the description. Don't judge the image by the look or the composition. It's more the atmosphere, the colors, the skin tones or whatever. Choose the one that pleases your taste the most, not the image that you prefer, if I can say. And you'll get a good result. Most of the feedback I've received was very encouraging and people were really happy with. And even people that like a specific film, most of the time they got a result that match with their taste. When I launched this tool in February, I was not expecting for it to become so popular. It has been crazy, the traffic that generated on my website thanks to this tool. People really loved it and I've been sharing it and reusing it over the time. And since I launched it, it has been used more than 38,000 times, let's say 40,000 times, which is huge. I was really not expecting to have so many visits and people using these tools. So I want to thank you all for the way you received my tool. It meant a lot to me. I really put a lot of effort and energy into this. So once again, thank you. Now, this unexpected popularity gave me the opportunity to gather some data based on my website traffic and see what are the most frequent results that come. And thanks to that, I was able to list the top 10 of the film that comes the most often in the result and see which one you guys prefer. Just a quick disclaimer, because I've been sharing the article about this result already and received some feedback already. This doesn't mean it's an accurate representation of the market, and that doesn't mean these are the most sold film, not at all. It's just based on my website traffic, but I think it can give us a general idea of the trends and what people tend to shoot the most. So without further ado, let me introduce the top 10 film photographers prefer, from the least favorite to the top favorite. The first one to make it in the top 10 is the Cinestill 50. With 2,390 votes, it represents 6% of the result. I personally love this film. I only shot it once, but I got really nice result, and that's definitely a good film that I would recommend to anyone. It's very slow, it's only ISO 50, so you cannot use it in all conditions. But when you have enough light, that's definitely a good film. Next one is Formapan 400. Let me just check the result. That's another film that I loved. That's probably one of my favorite, with another one in black and white. I really love Formapan. There is a special grain and look to this black and white film. This one came in with the 2,432 votes results. and it represents again 6% of the votes. Again, try this film, it's very cheap, that's very affordable film, so give it a try, and I loved it personally. So if you like the kind of faded look and not too contrasty black and white, that's definitely one that you will like. The next one is Lomography Color 100. This one came again with more or less 2,400 results and 6% again. So color film, of course. I never tried it myself, but Lomography has been in the market and they've been driving the revival of film. So thanks to them for that. And yeah, it's a cool film. So it's kind of film. It's not for everybody, I would say, because the colors can be a bit off and it looks like those expired film. But it can give a nice ambience and feel to your images. So again, another one worth to try. Now in 7, it's Kodak Porta 160. This one came with 2,834 results, and now it makes 7% of the total results. This one I shot it only once, I think, and I absolutely loved it. I prefer this one over the Porta 400, but again, it's a slow film, so you cannot use it in every situation. But I really loved it. The colors are really good and they look much better for me than Porta 400. But yeah, I know you guys love Porta 400, so I'm not gonna say too many bad things about it. But yeah, for me that's the one that works best. The next one in position 6 is Ilford HP5 and 400. This one got 2,870 votes and it makes 7% of the results. This is one of the most famous black and white film, probably always recommended to people starting film and which one they should pick for black and white. So yeah, nothing can go wrong with Ilford, but most people like it. It's a bit more contrasty compared to the Formapan, but it also gives a nice look and it's a bit more maybe like old movies, a bit more cinematic, I would say. So again, I love this film too. I've shot it a lot of time and that was the first one I shot when I started shooting film on the medium format. I'll link in the description the pictures I took with if you want to have a look. But yeah, Ilford. But I was just surprised to see it on the 6th position. I would have think that it would be higher in the ranking. But it's in there at least. Now the next one on position 5th is Fuji Pro 400H. This one got 2,960 results and it makes 8%. Now Fuji Pro is a bit tricky, this film, because the colors can be a bit off. It can give a kind of magenta cast and I personally don't like it. I shot it once or twice and I was not really pleased with the result. So I personally wouldn't shoot it again and recommend it. I think Kodak Porta is doing a much better job for colors. But again, I've seen beautiful images shot with this film. It's just me, it's for my personal taste, that doesn't work. Next one is, again, Lomography, so position 4, Lomography Color 400. This one got 3,167 votes and it makes 8%. This one is, I think, just quicking apart, I think Lomography are films that are rebranded. I don't think the film are from Lomography themselves. I think they bought film stock from other companies and just changed the packaging. So I'm not sure exactly which film it is, but it gives also nice colors. I've tried it on medium format and I'm not sure the 35mm version and the 120 are the same. So let me know in the comment if you have more information about that, because I think the two film stocks are slightly different. The one I tried was the 120 and I never tried on 35mm, but again, I've seen cool images shot with that. It has a kind of faded look, but can be nice too. Now we enter the top 3. So in 3rd position is Kodak Hectar 100. This one got 3,700, let's say 3,800 votes, and it makes now 10%, so it's getting serious. This film, I absolutely love it, and I think it works really well when you have like nice colors. It works really well with the blues. Just pay attention with the skin tone. Sometimes it can give like a reddish look to the skin tone, so it's not always pleasing. I've seen some people, I think they push the film and when they shoot portrait, and it gives a really nice color to the skin. So there is kind of workaround, but just pay attention if you're shooting people with this film. It cannot always work. Now in 2nd position, this is Kodak Porta 400. I thought it would be the first, to be honest, but it's in 2nd position. It gathered 4,000, almost 200 votes, and it makes 11% of the results of my film dating. Uh, for me, I have mixed feelings about this film because I never really got the result that I can see online. I've seen pictures from you guys that are absolutely amazing with this film, the colors are fantastic, but every time I try to shoot this film, I never manage to get this result. I don't know, it must be me doing something wrong, or maybe in the scanning process or the developing. I've tried with the development in the lab and at home, and it's the same. I never really got the beautiful colors that I see, so must be me doing something wrong. If you have any tips, you can let me know, because I really I want to love this film, but I don't manage. The results I have, yeah, not appealing to me. Again, the Porta 160 gave me much more pleasing results. So yeah, if you can help me, I will appreciate. So now drum roll for the first one. Are you ready? It's Kodak Tri-X 400. Yeah, surprisingly it's a black and white film, but it makes sense in a certain way, because most people who want to shoot film, they want to experience with black and white. At least that's how I started. I wanted to try black and white films when I started. So it's the most popular black and white film with Ilford HP5. I think those two, even if they are slightly different, they are direct competitors with each other. And I would have expected to see them close to each other in the result. This one is like way beyond all the other film. It got 4,600 results, and it makes 12% of the total. So congratulations, Kodak, you've put three of your film in the top 3. So we can clearly see that Kodak is driving the market, and people love the look of Kodak film, either color or black and white. So yeah, that's it for the top 10. Now, there are a few things I want to share with you, and thoughts about the stats I've gathered. There are a few interesting points, I think. So the first one is, yeah, the most favorite film, of course, is black and white. As I said, it's most of the time the entry point in film photography. It's black and white film. So it makes kind of sense to see that one of them is at the top. Now the second point is that in the top 10 there are no film rated higher than ISO 400. I would have expected, to be honest, to see CineStill 800 instead of the CineStill 50, because in my opinion, for what I've seen in Facebook and forums, the CineStill 800 is praised by everyone and everybody loved it. But I love the film, don't get me wrong, but I have get mixed feelings about it. The result in low light in film, let's be honest, is not very well. The grain is often too prominent, and I got great results with CineStill. Again, don't get me wrong, but I'm not really fond of shooting film at night. So I think people tend to prefer the look of film in daylight, or in plain daylight, rather than in low light. That's why we don't see any of the, I think there is a Fuji Superior 800 of 1600. These films are not very popular and not commonly used. And again, CineStill 800 is a fantastic film, but it's still an expensive one. So that's why maybe people tend to like it, but nobody can really afford it. And that's why it's not a popular choice at the moment, unfortunately. But continue, CineStill, you're doing a fantastic job, and I have a roll of 120 to try in my fridge. I didn't have the opportunity yet, so I can't wait to see how this one will look. Now, another point I want to mention is that Fujifilm, unfortunately, is on the way out, I think. I would have expected to see Fuji across the black and white film. It's a fantastic black and white film. If you never tried it, give it a shot, because it gives like a beautiful look to the negatives. I was talking about the cinematic look earlier with the Ilford HP5. Across is taking that one step further. I've shot one roll only on my X-Pan, and the results were absolutely amazing. I loved it 100%. I think before Formapan was my favorite black and white film, but now without a doubt it's Acros. Another point worth to mention is that lomography is in the game. With 2 films in the top 10, we can clearly see that this company is present in the film community, and that people love what they are doing. They also have like more specific film with different look, like the Lomochrome purple and the red scale and that kind of stuff. So it's not for every day, of course, but they are driving the market and bringing new stuff. So yeah, continue lomography, you're doing a great job with that, and the community needs you. So thanks for what you're doing. And the last point, of course, I talked about it earlier, Kodak rules. With 3 films in the top 10, they are clearly showing a strong signal that people love what they are doing and the look of their film. In total, they gather, with the 4th film they have in the top 10, no, the 4th film in the top 10, they gather a total of 40% of the results in my test. Again, that doesn't mean it's a representation of the market, it's just from my test. But when you see that it was used almost 40,000 times, I think it gives a good trend on the situation and what people really love. Now let me give you a bit of insight about the test and the result that I got. I think there are a few interesting points to know and to see how it works. The top 10 film gather a total of 82% of the total votes of the result. That means we have 18% left to divide for the remaining film. And in total on the quiz, between the color and the black and white, there are a total of 48 different film stocks. That means, minus the top 10, we have 38 film stock left that are divided within 18% of the result. Means that the competition is really hard between them, and that there are also, I don't have the exact statistics unfortunately, but there are also people that abandon the test halfway, so this is also included in this 18%. But it gives us an idea that there are a lot of film stock that are not very popular unfortunately. They still exist, so we have to help them, like the Fuji Across I was talking earlier is in this repartition, but it's a fantastic film, so that doesn't mean if it's not in the top 10 that it's a bad film. It's just that it's not a popular option, or maybe it's a bit more difficult to find and people are not used to this look. Now in the feedback I received during those past days when I published the article, people wanted also to know the repartition between age of the people who answer the quiz and also the country where they are from. So I'm gonna show you now on the screen the repartition, and you can see that the most popular country is the US. It comes with more than 25% of the traffic on the quiz itself. So yeah, I think the US, there is such a large population and film is very popular over there, I think. So it makes sense. The next one is the UK with almost 10%, and it was a surprise for me is the third one is China with 8%. I'm really surprised about the popularity of my blog in China, to be honest. I was no idea about that until today when I checked the country repartition. And then you can see other countries, so it's like low percentage. We have Germany, Canada, France, Australia, Malaysia, Italy and Spain. There are others of course, but after that it doesn't make sense to include them in the test. The next thing I want to show you is the age repartition, because that's something you guys were interested in. Let me show you, yeah, I have it here. So we have the age from the highest is between 25 and 34. This represents 34% of the traffic. That makes sense because I was checking also the stats of my Instagram account the other day, and it's more or less the same repartition. So it's the same age, I don't know how you call that, like from 25 to 34, but you get the idea. That was the same type of age that was the most active on my page. Then we have the 35-44 with almost more than 20%, and then 18-24. So this is the new generation that is coming up to film, and it makes 16%, which is very encouraging. And then we have like the older people, so they are still into it. And thanks for following my blog. I'm glad you guys with more experience are presenting here, so thanks to you. And I think that's it. I don't have anything else to share with you. I was trying to pull out more stats, but then I don't think it was really interesting for you guys. Yeah, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will be preparing another episode in the coming days to give you my thoughts about the full year, and also show you probably my favorite pictures I've taken over this year, if that's something you guys are interested in. As usual, if you've made this far through the video, thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up to encourage me and tell me that you liked it. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode. Bye.